New tonight, Penn State has agreed to share the trademark of the phrase "for the kids." The slogan-a-thon, the school's annual Pan-Hellenic dance marathon, uses. A former volunteer for the University of Iowa's dance marathon filed a dispute in 2023, saying an organization raising money for childhood cancer treatment should be able to use the slogan "for the kids." Thon has used it since at least 1991, with Penn State securing the trademark in 2020. Now, the law firm representing the volunteer Dr. Katie Tuttrow confirms to News 8 Penn State settled the dispute with them, saying that philanthropic groups and nonprofit or charitable organizations can use the slogan if they are using it to fundraise for medical research for pediatric patients.
And there you have it. We are back with another, current event breakdown here. I am your host, Dave, a 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from patents, copyrights, trade secrets, as well as trademarks. And hey, man, you heard the lady. It seems like for the kids, we'll take a look at the article to really kind of break down even more what's going on. But it seems like Penn State it was someone else who had been using a mark since the 90s or whatever the case may be. Penn State swooped the trademark up for the phrase "for the kids" in 2020. Next thing you know, the people, they tried to dispute it, and there you have it. So I always tell you guys the importance of getting that trademark. And this is a prime example why you want to file for that trademark sooner rather than later. There's a lot of people, hey Dave, I'm gonna just use the mark. I'm not gonna worry about a trademark. And hey, somebody else, they're going to come in later. They're going to get the trademark. They're not going to be able to stop you from using it in your region, that your geographical region or location that you're already using it. But now they can keep you from expanding, as the person who swoops up and get the trademark first will have nationwide protection over that mark, that phrase, that logo, whatever that trademark is. And again, this is a prime example of that. It didn't say that the people won the dispute. It just says that Penn State said, okay, if y'all using this for cancer research from a nonprofit organization, then I'm cool with y'all using it. However, that's the limited use of it. So the dispute that the challenger of the trademark had against Penn State, they didn't necessarily win. It just seemed like Penn State conceded a little bit. So let's kind of take a look at this article here really quickly, and then I'm gonna get you guys up out of here. And as I'm pulling it up, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. We got a lot of things going on, man. A lot of things going on, some good stuff. So Penn State settles trademark dispute over the "for the kids" slogan. So the slogan that Penn State got the trademark on is "for the kids." Let's go up to State College here. Just fresh off the press a couple of days ago, August 30th. "For the kids" is echoed by Penn State students and alumni nearly just as much as we are these days, as Thon gains in popularity and notoriety each year. It's the slogan for the annual Pan-Hellenic dance marathon. So some dance marathon being used since at least 1991 and often abbreviated FTK, for the kids. Penn State even secured a trademark on the phrase in January 2020, but the school has now agreed to share the trademark. What they say, man, sharing is caring. A former volunteer for the University of Iowa dance marathon filed a dispute in 2023 saying any organization raising money for childhood cancer treatment should be able to use the slogan. So it seems like somebody from the University of Iowa didn't like that. Essentially, Penn State got the trademark on it and ended up just trying to dispute the trademark. The law firm representing the volunteer confirms to the News 8 that Penn State settled the dispute with them, saying that philanthropic groups and nonprofit or charitable organizations can use the slogan if they're using it to fundraise for medical research for pediatric patients. Rothwell Fig is proud to represent Tutro. Seems like that's the challenger in this pro bono effort, and of ensuring that "for the kids" will be available for use by anyone who wishes to support children and families. A release from the firm says Penn State also confirms the news. "For the kids" can be used by philanthropic groups, individuals, nonprofits, or charitable organizations who intend to raise funds for the medical research and support services for pediatric cancer results. So that's pretty much it. So it seems like kind of both sides gave in a little bit, and it was for the better. What do you guys think? I always tell you, you guys have to get this trademark. Again, you may be using a mark since the 90s, since the early 2000s, but if you don't have trademark rights, if you haven't filed for trademark protection on that mark, somebody can swoop in and get the trademark on that and you'll be SOL at that point. It seems like, at least according to the video, somebody else was using it. Penn State secured the trademark way later, and somebody tried to challenge Penn State, and essentially Penn State conceded. They essentially met in the middle. If anybody's using it for essentially charitable organizations to kind of raise money for pediatric cancer, it seems like then they're okay with it. If not, then again, Penn State still owns a mark. So it's not like USPTO, whoever kind of took the mark away from Penn State. No, Penn State still owns the mark. So they still have the right to the trademark. Again, they kind of carved out this exception and this kind of limited use. But other than that, Penn State still owns the trademark for the term, or the phrase I should say, for the kids. So those are kind of my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. And as always, make sure you're protecting that intellectual property. Seems like who was the volunteer named Dr. Katie Tutro? She got lucky. It seems like a law firm took it pro bono and was able to kind of get her, get her a little bit being able to use the mark in his limited case. But again, if you're selling shirts for the kids or doing something that doesn't involve pediatric patients, then Penn State is probably going to come after you for trademark infringement, and it's not going to be a good day. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Should Penn State just kind of give this away? If it's charitable organizations and kind of you're dealing with pediatric patients or any cancer patient for that matter that's dealing with kids, do you think that Penn State should just let anybody use it free for all, or do you think they're right to be able to file and own the trademark for the kids? So I'm actually interested. Let me kind of check here before I get off the line. I'm interested to see what do they have it secured for the kids. Obviously, they own a trademark. You got to let the USPTO know what class that you're using the term in. I want to see what class do they have it. I'm not even seeing that Penn State owns a trademark. It's not popping up. For the kids, let me see here, man. What is a trademark? It's not even popping up in my what's the name, which is interesting. Let me see if I go to the dead marks if it pops up. Yeah, so for whatever reason, when I'm doing a search, it's not popping up for me to see what class Penn State is protecting it in. But nonetheless, Penn State is allowing people to use it with regard to pediatric patients. So kind of be on the lookout for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.